Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to be talking about your sleep techniques, the reason why you should be getting X amount of sleep at night, how to maximize your testosterone and human growth hormone release, and how to just feel beautiful. How you guys doing? I go by Jesus_Detroit on Instagram. Snapchat, I go by YOUNGDAYGO. And I'm just getting up after sleeping for 15 hours. Now, how many hours is optimum of sleeping? It depends on, everybody's different, and there's no sure answer of you should get 6 hours of sleep at night, you should do 8 hours, you should do 4 hours, you should listen to Arnold, 24 hours in a day, I say you should sleep less. It all depends on where you're at and how you're making yourself go throughout your life. Like, everybody's got different lifestyles they want to obtain to, and certain people can do with less. But you'll know your own meter of how much sleep you need to be the best you can be. So I just say just go with the flow, you know what I mean? If the day says you gotta sleep 15 hours, go ahead, sleep 15 hours. Now, I know some of yous ain't blessed with being able to have that opportunity. Some people can't sleep for 15 hours due to, you got work in the morning, your kids, whatever, and then of course living in certain neighborhoods, it's like loud and, depends on a whole bunch of factors. But the main thing that you got to remember is you can always make things better. And like, you see how you got my animals barking, like that could be problematic for somebody that's trying to sleep throughout the day. And that's why people would say, the best optimum time to sleep is between 10 o'clock at night and 6 in the morning. Now, I don't agree with this. I feel like your body knows what the mind tells it, right? So if you're gonna just tell it that you gotta sleep from 10 to 6 and that's the best time, you're gonna stress out about it, and that's gonna do you no good, in my opinion, because you can get beautiful sleep at, 12 noon to 6 p.m. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? I sleep all kinds of hours, and I have vivid dreams, so I know that I'm getting the heavy REM sleep where you're releasing this growth hormone and testosterone and all this beautiful stuff to, give you longevity and promote, a healthy lifestyle. So it's not necessarily important on the time. It's just a matter of being able to get into that deep sleep and how to get into that sleep. And this is where I feel I can definitely help you out, because, I've gone through life where at particular times, I would freak out when I would see the sunrise. Like, oh man, like I want to get home before the sunrise, because at least when I get in bed, it's dark. And this way I can maybe trick my mind that I'm getting 6 hours of sleep instead of the 3 hours. Which is why I don't like keeping an alarm clock in my room, I don't like having a clock facing any path of me in the bedroom. I do not want to know what time it is, and that's been worked out beautifully for me. Whenever I have to set the alarm clock and get up and I got to be somewhere at a certain time, you can trick your mind, thinking that it got more hours than it did. But if you're just going to be laying in bed, like freaking out about what time it is, like you got to get up at 6 in the morning, and all of a sudden you're like, all right, it's 3. And then you're just lying there like, what is it now? What is it now? And then you take that glance up and you see that it's 4. And next thing you know, it's 5. And then you're stressing out that you're only going to get an hour. And then you're freaking out that the whole day you're going to have no sleep. This is the problem that many people face. So what I want to tell you is you got to just learn how to let go. You got to let go of that feeling of, I got to get this many hours of sleep, and, how come I couldn't sleep tonight? The main thing is you got to understand this. Your body will catch up no matter what. There's nothing wrong with you. You have perfect ability to sleep anytime that you want. I'm sure that you fell asleep on a plane, you fall asleep in a classroom, you'll fall asleep in a meeting. I mean, you have the ability to sleep. It's just that when you're under that pressure of you have to be somewhere, it takes away from your ability to actually get into that sleep mode. So the best thing that I can tell you, this is why people will preach doing like meditation, getting away from the phone and all this type of, it should be natural common sense to you, but it's not everybody can just put the phone down before they go to bed. You got to get that last email out because you got to take care of business in the morning. And this is totally understandable for somebody that's, running a business or whatever. But I think that anybody can go ahead and just clear their mind right before they go to bed. Like when I go to bed, it's always like more of a ritual. If you want to wake up looking beautiful, you got to do the stuff to look beautiful before you go to sleep. So go to sleep beautiful, wake up beautiful. That's what I say. Now, I should comb my hair or something, but I wanted to really just get into the state of where I'm at when I wake up. I just had I had a cup of green tea. I wanted to make sure that I can at least get something flowing for you. But be as it may, I always have like a ritual before I go to sleep. And this kind of like, whatever it is for you to get you in the zone of, all right, I'm going to, go off to my bed. That's what you got to do. And I think clearing your head is one of the best things you can do. Lying in there with the TV on, obviously this is no good, but I mean, I used to do it for many years, way back, throughout high school, and I'd always watch the TV and fall asleep with it on, and definitely no good because the frequencies can definitely get into your your world, and they can be in your dreams, and who knows what's going on throughout the day. So that's something you should take into consideration if you're a TV watcher. But I don't think that's really a problem anymore with the younger generations because you're falling asleep with this thing in your hand, and that's something where I'm like, I don't like having this thing by me that much, for doing this and getting on here and really wanting to reach out and help the collective. I'm all about it, but I don't like having the phone on my ear all day. I don't like having the phone, I don't even like carrying it in my pocket. That's one of the reasons why I carry a purse, Yeah, you guys can wear your fanny bag or whatever, but I don't like having it on my skin. And that could be like one of your man-made prisons or prophecies or whatever. It's only a problem if you make it a problem. So it's just something that bottom line is you're better off not having the technology in your hand all the time. So those are my rhymes to my reason of why I keep it away, and it kind of helps me out a little bit, because these things, it's part of the life now, man. It's part of who you are and what we do, and it's a beautiful blessing to be able to have this and have this ability to just, be able to have information at your fingertips. So when you're going to bed at night, you got to just know how to just put it away for a little bit, and this is where meditation can definitely be, a huge help in people's lives. And, not everybody can get into this whole thing. And, I've only dabbled with meditation. I got my own way of doing it. I'm not like, lighting a candle and looking at it for a half hour or 20 minutes or just sitting here being thoughtless, because my mind is constantly running positive affirmations for my success. I want to be able to, have the biggest muscles, have the biggest penis, make myself grow, make myself be the biggest, best version of what I can be. And I like having this running through my mind, keeping my subconscious flowing to keep myself growing. And, anytime I'm getting ready to, want to just clear my head, what I'll do is, I make the intention that, all right, I'm going to clear my head for, I got to clear my head right now. I'll say for the next 20 minutes or whenever I feel that I can. And usually before bed, I feel it's a good idea to just do that just right before you go to sleep. Set your day out, what you want to do, like kind of get your, I got to do this, this, and this. Set it and then forget it. That's where the next thing you do, you go clear and then go to sleep. And I find that really helps out. Now, another thing that could be a huge factor is noise. Some people like the white noise. I'm a big, I love it. White noise is something that can definitely make you pass out. And some of you might not know what I'm talking about. It's basically like the reason you can fall asleep on a plane or you can fall asleep in a classroom, that humming sound, or whatever, like that can kind of get you in the zone where you're like, you just trance out, like you don't even know why you fell asleep. It's like driving on a road, like if you're driving on a freeway at night, like you might, like it's like you can roll down the windows sometimes, you can be drinking as much coffee as you want, but that sound could really, like, you got to pull off the road, man. You know what I mean? Because that will really put you, like, you can fall asleep like nothing. And this is where I'm talking about. You want to have that ability every night before you go to sleep. You want to have that, I'm drinking, 10 cups of coffee on the freeway and I'm still going to pass out ability. And I'm going to tell you, you can definitely have a better way of falling asleep if you have, that, the white noisemaker. And one of the best ones is made by, I think it's called Howl or whatever. I'll try to maybe edit this into the video, but there's this, like, it's an air purifier. If they want, they could repackage this and like sell it as the ultimate dream sleep machine and charge an extra $100. But the thing is, this machine, it doesn't necessarily have to be an air purifier. It just has to be something that you can turn on and it could shut down what's around you. Like even a ceiling fan or any type of fan can give you this white noise that I'm talking about. And that's why a lot of people sleep with a fan on or whatever. And like I said, the machine that I use, it's like an air purifier. It's like loud, and it just, when somebody's talking, I don't really hear what's going on. And that's a beautiful thing. That's what you need. And another thing you want to do is how you sleep. I sleep on my back. I'm like always like this. Like when I go to bed at night, I've learned the ability to sleep on my back. I don't even have to use a pillow. I'll roll up a towel and put it under this part of my neck, and that's it. You know what I mean? I'll elevate my feet. I've been doing that for the last year or so, and it's been beautiful with the elevated feet and the neck like this. It took me a while to get into being able to do that sleep position, because I used to be one that would like to do that, that crazy type of sleep where it's like you're passed out and then you wake up with your arm like, discombobulated, like with that, you're all banged up in the morning and you just went to bed. You're waking up like Mickey Rourke or something from The Wrestler, and that's just no good. You know what I mean? So learned how to sleep on my back. It definitely makes, it's a huge game changer, because then you could sleep on the floor. And some people preach being able to sleep on the floor. And, do I say it's great? It's, it's a beautiful thing in the way that you don't have to rely on a mattress. But I'm still going to want some type of mattress just because it feels better. You know what I mean? It's like, hard ground pressed up on your on your butt. It presses into the spine, and that to me is just like, it's no good. You know what I mean? It eventually kind of like, it's annoying. And, that's why you want to have your feet elevated, and then you want some type of padding. Like if you're sleeping like on cement or a real hard ground, they say a yoga mat is all you need. I've done it. I'd say you want something thicker, but I can definitely make myself fall asleep no matter what. That is, that's the way that I roll. So I want to be able to help you guys get this ability and just give you guys some tips that could definitely benefit you. And like I said, one of them, clear your head. That's the first thing you got to do before bed. That might be the ultimate factor that's really stopping you from sleeping, no matter what position and noisemaker, this and that. You got to be able to clear this. So I usually just like, if you're really like into those thoughts where it's just like you feel like it's heavy, you got to put your hand right here sometimes. And this is like kind of like a thought plunger, I call it, because I'm setting the intention that anything that's making me not who I am, anything that's getting in the way of making me be the most beautiful person, the most positive, just flowing, growing, knowing, beautiful being, I take anything that just ceases to make me me, and I just throw it away, man. Just plunge it out of your head, make yourself feel better, and that's how you get to bed. So you clear your head any way you can, and then the noisemaker is something you should maybe make an investment in, see if it's something that will help you. Another thing is, I like to have a blindfold on me, and I don't like put like a real blindfold. Like I don't like those sleep ones where you're putting it on your hair or whatever. I just throw like a pillowcase over my eyes, because I like to have, you don't want to have any type of lighting coming into your eyes. And sometimes I'm sleeping like, with the sunshine out, and that's a huge factor that will definitely help you pass out. Like you put that right on your eyes, guaranteed you'll fall asleep. And so on your back, blindfold, white noise maker, and you're going to be able to sleep for many hours. Whether you're sleeping for 4 hours or 15 hours or 20 hours, it's going to depend on what your body needs. So whenever you're going throughout your day, don't stress out. Don't be like, oh my God, I got no sleep last night, and start just bringing a negative mood into your life every day, because that's not going to help you out. Instead, if you didn't get any sleep for that day and you're just feeling down and out, best thing I could say is go through your day like you would anyways. Pretend that you got all the sleep that you got. If you go to the gym in the morning, go to the gym. Don't let it stop you. Of course, maybe you're going to have to take it easy on a couple things, but try not to. Just go through it like as you normally would. Maybe an extra cup of coffee if that's what you do. I recommend not going heavy on the caffeine or anything, but if you're going to need it to keep yourself moving, do it, and you just go through your day like you normally would, and understand that when you get home at night, you're definitely going to pass out. You're going to have that ability to have that, driving on the road 10 cup of coffee ability, where you're just going to pass out. And you're going to feel beautiful when you wake up the next morning, and you're going to be back. Your circadian rhythm's going to be all reset, and you're going to be able to just keep on going. And that's really all you need to know. It's just, don't stress out, man. Because I remember, some of the biggest things in my life, like I would always hate Sunday because, okay, Monday's here. And dude, Sunday's a beautiful day. I would remember I would hate September, because that's when school would come back, and it's just like, oh my God. But dude, there's some beautiful summer in September still. You got to remember, man, all these problems are nothing more than, issues that you create in here, and that's why you got people like Sadhguru and, a whole bunch of Indian and Eastern philosophers that say your own prison is in your head, and of course, there's a small percentage of, when you look at the realm of how many people are in existence, that, the only torture that's being, put into you is by you. You know what I mean? So that's something that, you take your freedom back when you know that, the only problems that I'm feeling are the ones that I'm putting on me. So do your best to just let them cease to be. You're going to definitely feel better about that. So there's so many ways of going throughout the day of how to just be the best person you can, and starting with a healthy amount of sleep is definitely something that will keep you smiling, keep you glowing, keep you flowing, and just keep yourself being the best you that you can be. So go to sleep at night, just make sure you're just setting the intention to clear your head. Get yourself some white noise maker, just to block out the world a little bit. Put something on your eyes. And, keep no clocks in your path, and try to keep the phone away from your bed. That's the best thing I could say. Make any reason that, if you have to get on this phone, unless you're in some certain profession that you got to have it on you, keep it as far as away as you can. Make it so you got to get out of the bed, go pick this thing up, because that's gonna be a huge game changer in your life, just to be able to have the phone away from you. You're gonna definitely be able to, understand that when you're in the bed, the whole vibe of sleeping here is to fall asleep. It's not to check emails and watch YouTube videos or whatever, you know what I mean? It's but like I said, old habits, some of them you gotta just learn to just let go, and you'll feel better about that. So I hope you guys had a beautiful experience. We're gonna definitely be, helping each other out along the way. I am a coach. I teach people how to grow their penises bigger, thicker, wider, longer, and stronger. I got the Big Cock Collective. I also, I train you how to make your body better, make your spirit better, and help you just be a better person, starting with every which way you can, from beauty to sleep, from, everything in between, and starting at your feet. So hope you guys have a beautiful day. Love you guys. Thank you.